Lessons Learnt. I'm Sherry, and this is Monday Quilt Chat. Thanks for coming by to sit and have a chat with me today. This is November the 10th, I think. Monday the 10th, or no, it's the 11th. It's the 11th. So this is Sunday for me, so it would be the 10th, wouldn't it? The 11th. And it's a holiday, so no mail today. All of the stuff that I'm expecting will be here on Tuesday. I did get some things in, and we'll talk about that in a minute. This past weekend, I got a small quilt, long-armed. That is about all I got done as far as sewing goes. But I did kind of jump into my room again. I kind of dropped the ball on that when I started the long arm vest. So I got the rest of my, I won't say I have the rest of my fabric on boards, but I used all my boards. So most of my fabric is in its place. There's very little that still needs to be placed. I need to decide, do I want to roll it on boards? It's a lot of solids and blenders. Do I want to roll it on boards, or do I want to fold it and put it on a shelf? So I haven't decided yet, but that's what I'm down to, and there's not much of that. Thank goodness. There's still a mess in here. I'm still sorting through those last odds and ends, that you have when you're reorganizing a room. But I'll tell you what I did. I hope my throat holds out, because I've kicked up so much dust over the last couple of days. I can feel it right here. So hopefully I won't have a coughing fit or anything like that. Anyway, I took a small table that was in here out, and I put it in the house and took my Jazz 2 sewing machine in there for the purpose of doing bindings after I get the quilts done. And there's a lot more room in there, and a lot more floor space, and elbow room to be able to do that big job. So that's one thing I got accomplished. A lot of cleaning, because when you move something out of the way, there's always going to be a lot of dust. And I even did some cleaning inside the house too, because we rearranged the living room furniture, which I just routinely do on about a 6-month basis, just to kind of give the big rug a good vacuum underneath where the furniture was, and plus, just to change it up. Some people like things to just stay the same and not ever move. I like to move my stuff around, even if it's not the greatest position. Sometimes I just want to change it. I just want to change it up. But that wasn't for the purpose of creating more room in there for that table. There was plenty of room already, but it did seem like the configuration I have right now with my furniture is a little tighter and cozier than it was, and I'm not sure why that is. I may have pushed the couch up a little farther away from where the long arm is. I don't know, but there's a ton of room for me to work around in there when I'm doing the quilts. So I did get one small quilt completely quilted, not bound. I will probably get that done this week, especially since it's a small one. I still have to cut the binding strips, make the binding. And believe it or not, in all of this fabric that I have in here, I could not find anything I wanted as a binding for that little quilt. It's kind of a Southwest looking one. If you're on the Facebook group, you saw it already, but it has like turquoise and tans and browns and creams and a little bit of black, and I didn't have any of that fabric left. So I found a darkish brown. I think it's a shadow play, and it has black in it, so it's like a black and brown, and that'll go good. It has Minky on the back. It has Lux Minky on the back. I think they call that Lux Cuddle, and it's in one of those pony, like their hide, like the color of their hide is. So it's a very luxurious little quilt with that Minky on there, but that's where I'm at on that. That's about all I did this whole weekend as far as sewing. It was all I did. I did a little bit of scrap processing, just kind of finding things and trying to figure out what to do with it, whether I wanted to roll it on a board, or was it too small of a piece and I needed to scrap process it, whatever. The first go around with my fabric, I had actually donated a few things. So I'm not at the point where I'm trying to decide if I want to keep something or donate it. I've already done that part. So now I'm going through and figuring out how I want to store it. So, you know, I've got my fabric on boards over here in the cubes, and that's looking nice. And I have a shelving unit that has some wide shelves, so some things that have a lot of yardage I can just lay flat, and that's nice. And then I have some 5-yard pieces as well that I've folded in thirds and then folded over, and those fit nicely in there. So it's coming together, and I've decided that I'm going to I already took another little chair out of here that I can't use anymore, so I put that with the table in the house. The dress form, I don't use that dress form. I think I'm going to take it and put a plastic bag around it and take it to my house attic. This building has an attic in it, a quite roomy attic, but I don't know if I want it up there because, you know, bugs and critters can still get in on the other side of where my little studio is here. It's all closed in here, you know, and tight, but there's another little room back there that's not as tight. There's some big double doors, and they're just kind of, you know, they're like barn doors. So, you know, critters can get in there, and that can lead them upstairs. So I'm not, even though there's no stairs, I have to get a ladder to get up there. A lot of room up there. Maybe one of these days I'll do some sort of remodel job and get me a whole nother space upstairs. That's what I should do, right? We'll see about that. We'll see. I'm using that other side over there for gardening stuff. So, you know, you need a place for gardening stuff. So I don't know. I'm not sure. And I don't know how the stairs could be configured either. So, something to think about. You know, you always got to have something in the future, some kind of goal to change things up or make them more convenient or more roomy, whatever it is you need. So that's the kind of stuff that I did this weekend. It's raining today. This is Sunday evening, and it has been raining all day, and then Saturday night as well. So it's very soggy over here, and I see I have this little curl right here. So that's a sure sign that it's misty, rainy right now. So just going from the house to here, which is about 50 feet, I'm gonna get that. Oh well, the joys of having wavy hair or curly hair, whatever it might be. Very affected by the humidity. Anyway, all right, let's go into things that I got in the mail, recent acquisitions, if you will. I had placed an order with Fat Quarter Shop. They had some things going on for sale in their clearance section, and I spent some time in there. Okay, so I went over there to get another one of these. Remember this from last week from the Sew Sampler box? It's called a sticky scissor sheath. I wanted to get a couple more, and I did. If you weren't here last week, I'll show you. Or you can go back and watch that video. It's just kind of like a little holder for your scissors, and it's sticky on the back. You peel this off and it sticks really strongly to your sewing machine or wherever you want to stick it. So I had put one on my Jazz 2 on the front because there's ample room there on the front of it where the controls are. So it's just a basic machine. It doesn't have a lot of controls on it. So, you know, there's a thing to run it forward and backward, and then there's a little window for your stitches, but even the knob for the stitches is over on the side. So there's a whole bunch of room right there. I'll show you a picture of that in here somewhere. And then also I took the other one, that was the one from the Sew Sampler box. I took the other one and put it on this sewing machine, which is the Brother Pace Setter PS500. It does not have room on the front, so I'll show you how I put the holder on the side, and this is very convenient too. And I also kind of tilted it forward so that they would come out just like you're drawing a gun. So it goes in and out really easily. I have one more for a future machine. Who knows? These might go out of existence and you won't have one. Chances are I'll get a new machine and then I can't find this or forget that I have it. Anyway, I got an extra. So those were $5.48 each. That's what they were valued at in the Soul Sampler box. So I got 2 for that price. $10.96 total. Well worth every penny. I also got from them a little charm pack. This is kind of older line. I don't know what year it's from, but it's Moda Here Kitty Kitty by Stacy Issue. And you've probably seen this before. You may even have some in your stash. But the reason I got this is because I have these 2 little fat quarters that's in that line. I got at a quilt shop. I was hopping some quilts in Louisville one day, and I picked these 2 little ones up because that's the ones I liked out of the line. But then I thought, what am I ever going to do with 2 little fat quarters? So I got another charm pack, and I thought I might make a bag. I think it'd make a cute bag. So that was $8.39. And then I got a fat quarter bundle. I think this also was probably a line in the past because it was in the clearance. But this is Daisy Days. I like those color combinations there. The green. Of course, y'all know I like green. And then this is by Beth Grove for Wilmington Prints. Daisy Days. There's 13 fat quarters in here. And this was $32.24. That comes out to $2.48 per fat quarter. These days, I figure anything under $3 is the best deal you're going to get. So I picked that up. Don't have any plans for it. Just saw it while I was shopping in the clearance section. I also went specifically to the fat quarter shop that particular day to get some packages of small batting. I did get, finally, last week, I think it was Tuesday-ish, I finally did get the 2 big rolls of 90-inch wide batting that I need for long arming. In the meantime, before that, I went in there, like I said, to the fat quarter shop on purpose to buy some 60 by 60s. They had 60 by 60s. This is a 50-50 bamboo blend. I got this just in case I wanted something a little lighter weight. It's 50-50 as in bamboo and cotton. And then that one was $11.98. And I think these were 2. I picked up 2 of these. And these are 100% cotton. 60 by 60. I have 2 of these. Reason being also is because sometimes I just don't want to cut off of that 90-inch wide for a 45 by 60 quilt top. So this is better. Now I can't run it right up to 60, but you know, sometimes you have odd quilts where they're, you know, 36 by 47 or something like that, and it's a baby quilt or something, or a table runner or something like that. Although they do have this for table runners specifically. So I got these. I got 2 packages of that. Also $11.98 each. And actually, I think that's a good idea probably for me to do that rather than cut off those big rolls economically as well. So, you know, once in a while, I'm probably just going to go in there and get some. I think those were in the clearance section. I don't know. Surely not. I don't know. Anyway, they were there somewhere. No. I know what it was. That's what I started to say in the beginning. I went in there to get these and those in anticipation of my batting coming. And I also got another one. Here's another one. So that I could do something while I was waiting. But like I said, the rolls came after all. This one is 100% cotton, and it's a 72 by 90. So that one was $17.48. Not bad. It's about what you'd get at Joann's, but it's really, really good quality. I mean, the Warm and Natural at Joann's is fine too. And if it's on sale, it'll be right around that, up to like $22 or so. So, you know, I was just trying to I'm having a long arm fest. I can't not have batting. But it is true that it came on Tuesday because I called on Monday. And it turns out there was a bad tracking number on the package. So it never got picked up. So that's what happened. But because I called, I got it the next day. So they must have just went right back there and found it and fixed the tracking number and sent it on its way. And it was here the next day. So I was happy about that, even though I had just gotten those. But I will use those, especially those 60 by 60s. Let's see, what else did I get? Oh, I got one of these from a sale from Sewell they had one day. One of the Funky Friends factory patterns for this Highland cow. But this is kind of how I want to make mine. Fuzzy. I've been wanting to make one of these. Either I could do it like these and use this one and use flannel, but I want a hairy mane to him, not a cutout one. So you could do yarn for that. I like the little flowers on there too. But I think I've got flannel and or the fur that I need to use to make it more like this. I don't know why I wanted to do this. I'm just wanting to do it just to have. Anybody use these Funky Friends patterns? Have you used them and found them easy to put together? I haven't even opened this to see because I'm not ready. I hope you'll be saying, "Oh, they're so easy. You can whip it up in 45 minutes." That would be ideal for me. I'm going to put this right here so I don't forget about it because I really do want to do that. I have a 108 also from Sewell, and I got this for that cat. Actually, I had this in mind for that cat quilt that I finished. But then when I had that purple and pink one, I decided to use it because it looked better. Plus, I didn't even have this yet, and I wanted to go ahead and get it done. So this is one that I will use on something. Probably, I have a Tula quilt top in there that this would go good on. Or I have that crayon quilt that I did. Remember I did all those primary color with black in that. I might put this on the back of it. So black and white, I mean, I will use that somewhere eventually. I have two or three, I think I have 2 more wide backs coming from them. And what else do I have coming? I have the Tula Untamed coming from them. I have a templated, like a die cut pouch pattern from them that's coming. It's delayed for some reason. I have something from Scrap Apple Quilting, which is Sewell really, that hasn't made it here yet. So like I said, I was looking at trackings a while ago, and a lot of stuff is coming here on Tuesday after the holiday. So I hope you're off work today so you can get some sewing done. Maybe a little extra than you normally do. That'd be great. Yeah, let's go on into our art quilt of the week. And we'll put a picture on the screen for you. It says Nature's Now wait a minute. Architecture? I think that's supposed to be architecture. Nature. I'm going to say Nature's Architecture 3, like the third. Must be a third in a grouping. 32 by 43 by Susan. It says Jackin. Maybe that's supposed to be Jackson. I don't know. Madison, Wisconsin. Somebody was having a bad spelling day on this particular one. After visiting and photographing many Western national parks, Susan selected 3 favorite photos to compose a drawing for this quilt. She used many fabrics to cut and fuse to the painted background. Free motion quilting using 40 weight thread, juried into the Great Wisconsin Quilt Show, Madison, Wisconsin. So that's where the third comes from, right? She took 3 pictures and combined them into one scene, and she made a quilt out of it. Fused all that on there. She used all sorts of thread art, and you probably can't detect it in the picture, but really close up, you can see what she's done. Lots of pebbling and a lot of wood grain and waves and so on and so forth to get the kind of 3D effect that she got with this particular piece of quilt art. So that looks like a lot of fun to make, actually. And it said that it was painted. So she painted some stuff on, and then she appliqued some stuff on. That's really neat. And then just did the thread art over top of it. Really nice. It didn't win any ribbons, but it got into the Great Wisconsin Quilt Show, and I think that's kind of equivalent to Paducah. It's the AQS show, you know. I did do my journaling. I could not remember what I did Friday. It just kind of fell blank. I don't know if I did. Surely I did something that day, but I can't remember it. What did I do that day? I don't remember. Anyway, I did the journaling. However, I have to be 100% transparent. I just filled it in yesterday. And that's probably why I can't remember Friday. It was all I could do to remember Monday through Thursday. And then I filled it in on Saturday. So, of course, I knew what I did that day. But I think the Longarming just got me all out of sorts with the journaling. So, I've got to start fresh today and get going on that. And include all of those little projects on there as well. So now today, I'm going to work feverishly on Wednesday's video. It's not hard. It's not going to be a hard thing to film or even edit for that matter, but I need to do that first, get that off the docket, and then I'll go into putting a quilt on the long arm. Have not decided which one yet. I may need to make a backing if I don't have a 108 wide back to use. So I'm going to get that rolled on this evening, Monday, and start on it on Tuesday. That's what I'll be long arming on Tuesday. So I'm really feeling good about this, about the long arming, about how you know, it may get me to form a habit to where I just go ahead and put the quilts on as I get them done and get them long armed and not make that stack that I have in there right now. I've not counted how many I have. The beginning of last year when I first got it, I had 19. I don't think I still have 19. I think I have less than that because I've done some. And then I've done some along the way throughout the year that I've made too. So yeah, I'm kind of starting to feel good about starting the new year freshly with the, you know, newer quilt tops, and also starting on the EQ8 and learning that. Those are my two main big things I want for January 1. Is to start on that and also start with a fresh, empty cabinet of quilt tops. So that's the goal. That's the goal. That's what I'm going to work on this week, and I hope that you have some goals in mind too. And also I wanted to ask you if you wouldn't mind letting me know in any future video what you would like to see next year. Of course, I always have plans or tentative plans going on in my head as far as, you know, what we can do next year. And we'll have a video on that, you know, closer to the end of December. We'll be talking about what's actually going to happen over here. And I do, though, want to listen to anything that you want to suggest. I'm open. I may or may not follow through with your suggestion, but believe me, I'm taking note. So, you know, keep up the suggestions. I'm wanting to produce the content that you want to see within the parameters of Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So, yeah, just put anything down there that you feel like maybe the channel needs, in your opinion, or that you would like to see. That would be great. I'm going to finish that quilt top up there this week too. I didn't get to that. That was the Pat Sloan's Block Wednesday. It's done now, so I need to finish the top, put it all together with the sashing. So that's going to fit in here somewhere this week, unless I have a really bad week, which could happen. The giveaway. Last Monday I said I would be giving away a prize to celebrate turning over 19,000 subscribers. That's another thing. Look on your screen and see if you're subscribed still. If you see the word subscribe on the screen, you've gotten unsubscribed somehow. Touch that and hit the black bell, and you'll always get notified of new videos. And they'll be higher up in your feed when you do turn YouTube on. So please do that. But anyway, I decided I would let go of this pattern called Spring Flags. And then also this fabric that's actually featured on this pattern. And it's called Vintage by Sweetwater. There you go. Nice little variety of fabrics. I would take it out, but you know, since I'm going to mail this, I'd rather not. So I will send this out to the winner. Let's see who the winner is. Okay, here we go for the drawing. Watch and see if your name pops up. Glenda, aka Granny, you are the winner. So send me your shipping information over to the email, not on a comment, and that's lessonslearnt2021@gmail.com. She says, love the flag pattern. Enter me, please. So you are the winner, Glenda. Congratulations. All right, congratulations. Like I said in the video, please send your shipping information as soon as possible in an email to me, not a comment. And the email is in the description box of all of my videos. It's under this one, so just go there and touch that, and it'll take you right into the email program, and you can send it from right there. And I'll get it out like the next day or so is what I will do. And I may throw in some more stuff in here just to kind of, you know, fill up the envelope. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? I'd be glad to do that. I have plenty of little things, brand new things that I can send you. Okay, that's it. So let's get sewing this week. I hope you have the day off or some other days off this week that you can really put a dent in something. Wouldn't that be great? Come back on Wednesday for the last row of the Jolly Bar Book Sampler Quilt, and then back around to finish it Friday to see how we did all week. All right, great talking to you, and I will see you soon. Bye.